Hello everybody, welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Chidiebere. For today's tutorial, I'm super excited, and because the reason is because we are going to be building an enterprise application for sharing ride. It's a ride sharing application, and over the next couple of weeks, we will be having this training in section or in series. So, um, without wasting much of our time, let me introduce the technologies we'll be making use of. Of course, I'm using Flutter, and we will be using Firebase as well as Google API. So, without wasting most of our time, I've already created my application. I called it Ride Flex, which I just tuned. It's flexible ride, so I just call it TriFlex. So I've gone ahead to create the application, and I'll go ahead to delete some of the things I don't need currently, just to make space for the things we will need. So I clean up this and I delete this entire home page here. So I'm left with only this and this. So it's showing me error because of the home page I just deleted. So I deleted it because we don't need it. And I'm going to comment this out so that it will not be showing this. So after this, we go over to our popspec.yaml file. I don't want to use null check because it sometimes gives some issues. So go to your SDK environment, your SDK here, change this 2.12.0 to 2.11.0. So this is what we will have here. Once this has been changed, go ahead and click on get, pop get. It will automatically update the settings we've done here, and go over to your main.dat file here. You will see some couple of errors. Let's do get dependency first. It should give us an error here. This error is because we've disabled null check, and this is null checker. So we remove this as well, this question mark. So with this removed, the next thing we are going to do is to go over to our Firebase and start creating our app on Firebase, because we will need to integrate Firebase into our application. So over here, I've gone ahead to go to console.firebase.google.com, console.firebase.google.com. I've signed in with my email address. You can sign in with your Gmail address. If you have your Gmail opened on your device, it will simply use OTP. It will tell you to select the account you want to use. You select the name of the account, and it will log you in. When it logs you in, if you have existing project, it will show them on the dashboard here. If not, you only have this dashboard that is here. So I will go ahead to create a new application, a new project rather, sorry about that. So I give this project name uh, Rye Flex, yeah, Rye Flex. So with this name that I've given to it, I'll click on continue. It comes to this place. I don't want Google Analytics enable for this project, so I disable it and I create my project. So it's going to take some time to load. While it's loading, let's go back and try to, for most of us that are using don't have a physical device they can test on, you can on your emulator. So on Android Studio, this is how to create an emulator. Go to this place, AVD Manager, open it. I have an existing emulator here, so I just simply click on this green button here to launch it. But if you don't have an existing emulator, you can simply click on create an emulator, choose your hardware. Normally I choose Pixel 4a. This, you click on next here. Next, it will take you over to where you can pick your recommended image. I've already downloaded this. If you've not downloaded it, you will have something like this where it will tell you download. So you download it. After download, you come to this place and select it. Once selected, it will go over to this place, leave everything the way they are here. Leave everything the way they are here. It automatically has a default setting based on the resources on your system. Then you click on finish, but I don't want to create this because I already have one. Once you click on finish, you will have something similar to this. You can then go ahead to click this and it will boot up and show you something like this. So that's how to launch your emulator so that once you are building, you can be testing at the same time. So back to our project on Firebase. I already have it here, and I click on continue here. So it takes me into my application. If you look at this place, it says Riflex here. So this is the application that I created here, and you have, this is how it is. This is the first thing you see. So I'm going to go ahead. We are focusing on Android for now. We will look at iOS later on. So I create Android. I click on Android. It will bring me over to this place for me to enter my package name and uh, app nickname, and these two are optional, both app and this. So basically we will not be needing this because where I normally use this is for signing in with phone. When you want to do phone authentication and dynamic links, that's when you make use of your SHA1 or SHA256 signing certificate. So we need to get our package name. How do we get that? We go back to our project, go to Android folder, go to app folder, then open build.gradle. Now we look for our application ID. So this is our application ID here. You copy your application ID and then copy it, go back to your project in Firebase and paste it. So I've pasted it. I can go ahead to name these Riflex. Just just the name I want to be displaying. So I can go ahead and click on register application or register app. So it's going to take some couple of seconds to register. Okay, it's done. The next thing we need to do is to download our configuration file, which is google-services.json. So I've downloaded it some couple of times. I've downloaded it the sixth time, I guess. Yeah, sixth time. So I'm going to remove this later on. So I open the folder. I want to go to my download folder and locate it. Go to your download folder. It should be on your download folder. This is it here. I just downloaded it now. So I copy. It's having this bracket 6 because I've downloaded it several times from our other projects. So I go here and copy. I've copied it. Let's look at where they say we should paste it. They say we should paste it inside app folder, and this app folder is located inside Android folder, and it should be at the same level with our build.gradle. So we go over to our project here. This is our Android folder here, located here. So you expand it. Make sure this is set to project. You might have something different. Just make sure it's project so you have the same structure I have here. Go over to Android, then to app, then select app, right click and paste. So this must be google.services.json only. So remove any other thing that might appear, like the number that it adds when you download it multiple times. Just make sure you have just this, because over here it is showing us just this. So I go ahead to add. Okay, I have Git. You might not see this on yours. Don't panic. This just telling me to add it to Git because I added this project to Git on my system. So that's why it's requesting for this. So I don't want it to ask again. And I'll say okay. So basically, we've done this. The next step for us to follow right now is to add Firebase SDK. We click on next, and Now it says at our project level, we have a file there called build.gradle, and we are asked to add this line. The line we are supposed to add is in green. So we copy this, and this is inside dependency, enclose in dependency. So we go back to our project, we look for under our Android folder, we have two build.gradle. Now one is located under app folder, which is here, and this is app level build.gradle. The other one is located under Android folder. One is on top, one is below, and the first one is located inside app folder. The second one is outside. So the one outside is for the project level, and that is where they say we should add this project level. So I come over to this place and open this. So this is our dependency. I'm going to add it in between this. So I add this in between this, and then with this now, the next thing we'll have to do is we are going to add another line to our app level build.gradle. So this is the line we want to add. This should already be in our project, so we don't need to copy this. So this is the only line we need to add. I copy this line and then go over to our project. So let me close this, and this. So over here we have under our app folder, see build.gradle. So with this build.gradle, still the same place you copied your application ID in case you forget. So this is it here. Same thing you have here. So I will paste it right under this place. So the next thing you need to know is that minimum SDK, since we are using Firebase, this when you open it, yours should be either 16 or a different number, but you must set the minimum SDK. Firebase requires minimum SDK of 21, but we want to use 23 for this project. If you set it to 21, it will still work, but we want to use 23. So this is very important. If you don't set this, you get tons of errors on your application when you try to build it. So with this set, we are now good to go. So I click on this, and it says continue to console. So I continue to console. So over here, you have something like this. So we want to see our app, our this that we added, our Android app that we just added to Firebase. You click on this gear here, and it gives you this. Go to project setting. See the name of my application. To be sure you are in the right application, always look at this the name of application you have here. So I scroll down. These are the information. So this is our Android app which we created in Firebase. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add authentication feature to our application, both for the rider and for the driver. So what do? I come over to authentication here. Authentication is located under build in Firebase. You have build, release and monitoring, analytics, engagement. So under build, if it's not expanded, expand it. You have authentication. So click on authentication and it will take you directly to this place. So it's going to take some few seconds to load. As it's like my internet is slow. So while this is loading, let me walk you through over what we've done. Don't forget pubspec.yaml file. We had changed this to 11. On our main.dat file, we cleared almost everything there and we commented this out to prevent errors. Then we also have build.gradle file, two build.gradle file, one for app level, the other one for project level. And let's see if it's done. Okay, it's done. So this is the authentication page. You click on getting started. and you are presented with this. If this is your first time, if you've enabled anything, it will show you what you've enabled and tell you to add extra provider. So we want to use only email and password for this. So I click on email and password. It gives me this sign-in provider here. I enable it here and save. So email and password authentication is enabled. So we can now use it in our application. So here, the next thing I want to do is that I want to import some of the assets I would need in building this. What are the assets? The images, the logos, the sound. Uber normally makes a sound when your driver arrives, that to tell you that, to notify you that your driver is around. It makes a sound, pokom, or something like that. Then you have the fonts you want to use and the images, just like I said. So we want to import it to our project here. So I select my project name, I right click, I do new, I do go to directory, I create a new directory, and I call this directory assets, 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 and it will be located directly under the Android. This is it here. So I've gone ahead to download some of the assets I need, which include fonts, sound, and images. The link to these resources will be on this video description. So I have it here. I've gone ahead to extract it, and here they are here. So I'm going to open this, and this is what I need. These are the fonts, and I don't want it to be double folder, inside double folder. So I pick the nested folder. Yours might just be one folder. So pick the one folder and then copy it, copy, come over to your project, make sure that asset is selected, right click and do paste and do OK. So it's going to paste this. If you look at it, it's only one folder level before you get to the resources you need. So the next thing we are going to pick is, the next thing we are going to pick under our download is the sound. So I open it. This is the sound. So I just pick sound. Yours might just be this folder. Your sound might be located inside this folder. So pick this folder, copy it, and then you make sure asset is selected, then click on paste and you paste it. So this is my sound. I only have this alert.mp3. Then the next thing we are going to select is our images. So these are the images which we have. These images, I got it online from a tutorial. So I just want to use it instead of going randomly to look for resources. So I'm going to copy these images, come over to this, our assets, and then paste it here. Sorry, where's my paste? I paste it here. So these are basically what we need. I have this, and I have my sound down here. So these are the resources we will be needing for this tutorial. So the next thing we need to do is to make this asset visible to our application. We go over to our pubspec.yaml here. We scroll down all the way to where it says images here. This is a sample of how the images should look like. And where the images are located is inside asset folder. So we have images, we have sound, and we have font. So we do something like this. Make sure you are somewhere here. You are close to something like this. So this is where you put it. So you put a dash space assets slash images slash. So whatever resources that is inside images will be captured. Then we do this assets slash fonts slash. Then we do another one assets slash sounds. I guess sounds, yeah. Yes, sounds. So you put another slash here. So this becomes available to our application here. So you can click on pub get and it will get it for you. So I promise to make it's showing an error somewhere. Oh. So here I missed something. If you look at this place, it has assets before you now specifying. So I'm going to specify that these are assets. These are assets. Just to tell you that these are assets. So you should have something like this. Make sure your asset is under this material design here, under this place. Make sure you have assets here and then you have it here. So this is the structure it should be. Then when I click on pop get, it will get it. So it's worked out fine. So basically, this is how to integrate this asset into our application to make it available. If not, it will be throwing up some bunch of errors. So I promise to keep this tutorial minimum 20 seconds, sorry, 20 minutes, but looks like I've overdone that. So in our next tutorial, we'll be looking at onboarding screen. We want to build an onboarding screen so that once the person comes online, you will walking him or her through the process of what the app does, what it's used for, what he or she is to expect in 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, and the onboarding is done. So the next tutorial will be all about onboarding. See you in the next tutorial.